Hello and welcome to the living world of darkness and a mixed venue scene. Huzzah! Today we find a hodgepodge of characters from all across the spectrum of creation, but mostly werewolf and changeling, only werewolf and changeling, taking a walking tour in Manhattan. The walking tour is called Accomplice, Helps Alone. And at the beginning of the walking tour, which is disclosed a few hours before it starts, our motley crew here starts to gather.
Okay. Well,
Maxine most likely with Charles, because they are both currently dwelling in Manhattan as platonic perpetual life mates, apparently.
Oh, come on. We're Biffles. Biffles to the end. That's the label we have for ourselves.
Well, Biffle kind of implies to the end, best friend for life means that as long as life is applied, then so is the best friend.
Can someone like Maxine, for example, perhaps have invited Amber and Misha? Because if so, then the two of us can arrive together from Brooklyn, since we are in fact both from Brooklyn.
yeah.
Definitely. We'll have sent out on the Puka chat.
Oh,
Going to
yes.
take a walking tour. We'll have friend in tow. Feel free to join.
Oh, good. I love that friend.
I know you do. He
That's
grows
exactly
on you.
what it said in the Puka chat too, by the way. I love that friend.
Yes.
Okay, so apparently the two Puka wander up.
The seal and the fox, Puka.
Exactly.
We will form a Puka quartet.
And I, as the church Puka, you're all being taken to church right now.
Also, real fast. Is this happening today, as in March the 2nd, the day of the bomb cyclone, where New York is basically flooded, or is this happening on a different day? Because either is fine. I just want to know.
Alternate universe, New York.
Where the weather is at least not disgusting and horrible like that.
Awesome. I just either way would have worked for me. I just wanted to know for RP purposes.
Yeah.
Probably at the back of the group. That I'd say there were probably like a group besides the changeling. There was probably people, and then two people came, and then people went, "Nope, I don't need to take the tour. Nope, fuck that." And so, yeah, because Cammy is, I think that's 8 rage in total with the 3 of them.
Jesus.
So yeah, and one of the people behind that made the people go away is standing at 6'6", and he's pretty built. Like he's standing, his physical things are at 4'5", and he's got 3 athletics. So yeah.
Yep. He works out.
That picture's really misleading because he doesn't look buff at all.
Yes.
It might be a wiry build.
The face game isn't so. The face game is actually kind of scrawny, but yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, no. If there's the crowd's part, yeah. Misha would recognize. But I think she's actually met both of you at some point, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you're only like the one to. Oh, that night. You were that night. Okay. I think Maxine may. But you're in the same scene.
Does remember.
Yes. Okay. Simon. Obviously she knows Simon. So she would sort of wave to Simon and a little more, maybe not friendly, but you sort of like a hey, I'm here, and then also do the nod for Cammy.
Twinkies.
Hey, Misha. Haven't seen you in a little bit.
Maybe you should come by. You would not believe how busy that place is.
I've been kind of busy lately, but yeah, I will.
Well,
and also Simon has, for the people here who don't know him, Simon has a French accent.
Oh, Maxine, are you going to introduce us? don't think I've seen this particular person at the gym, even though, you know, I go so often.
Nixine's gonna look at Charles. You know Charles.
Oh, how silly of me. I'm sorry. The sun was in my eyes.
I don't know this individual. This one is Twinkies. Her real name slips my mind at the moment. And she indicates to Cammy to introduce herself.
Cammy.
It rhymes, so.
Twinkies and Cammy?
Yes.
I feel like... Never mind. MJ, it's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Charles, he says as he extends his hand out. And he doesn't give like a solid grip. It's a very, I mean, it's firm, but not like he's squeezing or anything like that. If that makes sense, he's very much not limp, but.
Hand to Cammy?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna look at your hand and look very uncomfortable as she kind of scrunches up at the shoulders a bit.
I'll take my I'll just say my foreign psychology is enough for them to go to just him to go my apologies.
With the my apologies, she just kind of gives a courteous smile and a nod.
To Simon though, because he heard the French accent, he in perfectly fluent French, like he had been living there his whole time. My name is Charles. What part is it? French Canadian? French or what part of France are you from? Your accent's very got a little bit of the Americans in it.
French Pacific Island, New Caledonia. And he'll go to he'll reach his hand.
Yep.
I'm Simon.
Pleasure to meet you, Simon. And of course, this is in perfectly fluent French. So before he slips back to English.
And his handshake is, like you said, not a bit like Charles. It's not squeezing, like it's not hurting. It's definitely a holy shit. This guy's got strength.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This guy pumps weights. He's got weights.
So, for this walking tour, there is a part of it is a scavenger hunt. I'm going to type out the items on the side here.
Oh boy, I'm ready.
And it's apparently a theatrical interactive experience. It's going to be great.
Yes. There are a total of 11 different things on this list. And
Carol, is this like a real thing or is this something that you made up?
it is a real thing.
That's wow.
Yeah.
I know. New York has everything.
And this is downtown. This is like
Downtown,
Soho, like Bide-Eye. Just all of downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And the best part about it is that you don't even know where the location is until they give you a phone call 2 days before the event. It's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. I should try this at some point because I'm here.
Yeah. Let's actually link the site for a moment.
Do you have the thing I'm typing?
I can figure it. I can find it.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I can just share the fucking picture of the list if I can find the link to it. Let's see. I have to type it out because I'm looking at it on my phone.
I can get it. I have the link. I think. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Accomplice.
All right. Let's see. In theory, the link I just posted should take you to...
Oh, damn. Okay.
So many things.
Yep. Here's the scavenger hunt.
Okay.
circa 1921. The historic playhouse featured Humphrey Bogart in an early play, and that was the eldest son of Charlemagne on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And the phones come out to Google who the oldest son of Charlemagne is.
The directions are to find these places and take a photo proving your visit, and tag NYC Scavenge Hunt on Instagram and Twitter.
All of these places that are in the one that you shared?
Yes.
Okay, so one of those is Central Park.
Well, we'll skip that because I don't feel like waking up Amachan.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I don't know about
Either-
you,
either-
but I think Cammy and Simon are probably going to get that one.
I think Cammy and Simon
I was
should
gonna
totally
say,
get
that's
that
so
one.
cheating. So
As the
cheating.
rest of us just kind of hang out on the edge. That'll
You're
be
like,
fun.
nah, no, you go ahead. It's fine.
Take our phones. It'll be great.
Hey, considering that Misha almost went under Central Park that one time. It was really close. Like, we didn't realize how close this place was to... Anyway. It was some subway tunnels that had graffiti, and she likes graffiti art. And we did not realize that they led under Central Park. Oops.
Luckily, you guys didn't go further, so
Right.
it all worked out.
It would have been hilarious and awkward all at the same time.
Oh, well, how did we know? We just knew not to go into Central Park. How did we know that the subway systems were off limits? Jesus.
Oh, I know one of these. Lily knows one of these.
Which one?
Yay!
The literary challenge. That's the Strand. That's AKA where you never want to take me or Maya.
Wait, what?
This Mecca for all bookworms near Union Square contains 18 miles of new, used, and rare books. It's the
Oh,
bottom
no.
left.
Oh no! Oh
We
no!
have to go to New
Charles!
York right now.
Charles will never leave. Charles will literally never leave. He'll be like, "No, you guys have fun with your tour. I'm gonna take a tour of my own."
Also, 53rd Street is not downtown. If it still has numbers, it's Midtown. But okay, whatever you say.
The tour starts in downtown. It goes all over the place.
Okay, understood.
So yeah, somebody will be handing out these little flyers to let you know what you're supposed to be finding during this immersive theater scavenger hunt.
Yeah,
whatever.
Misha will read the noshing challenge and kind of mutter to herself, "Where's Shea when you need her?"
Oh, Bowling Green. Bowling Green is downtown. All right. I know where these things are. We're good.
I really wish I wouldn't have burned my tourist guide. She says as she looks. Maxine says as she looks at this sheet of paper.
Misha just turns her head and stares at her. There was much being said in that stare.
I'm gonna have to P&E for that because I can't read minds. Let's see.
Well, it's more just that look of, I know who did that. And it wasn't you. That's pretty much what it's saying.
Oh.
How dare you? Are you suggesting that she lies? Anyway.
It's not suggesting, it's saying outright.
Oh Lord. So where to first? Well, obviously Central Park is the best choice for all of us, she says as she
Yes.
looks at her own friends.
Oh yes, I go there so often.
I have always dreamed of going there, and perhaps maybe it's best it remains a dream for the time being.
Sometimes I have dreams where I actually come out of the park when I go in.
Oh,
What?
You have a big imagination as she looks at her.
Cammy just gives a look to Simon.
Simon's like, he looks at Misha and then looks at the rest of them and goes, "Oh."
Misha does not say anything, just flashes him a grin and keeps joking with her friends.
So maybe we should
alas,
start with
unfortunately, my jurisdiction doesn't go in there, and I don't have a lot of free time.
but
It
your
is.
jurisdiction definitely goes into pizza places and hot dog places.
Oh yes, most definitely.
So
Although most people would think it was stereotypical that it'd be a donut shop, but I like to break stereotypes.
You? Please. It's common as mud. So, pizza sound good? Misha? Amber?
I choose the best toppings for pizzas, actually. So
Right.
yes.
So hot dogs it is.
Hot dog pizza, my favorite. Only beaten out just slightly by the anchovies and spinach.
But nothing tops vegan tofurkey.
His face just sort of takes on like a stone mask as he's got there. Yes, nothing quite beats that.
Vegan tofurkey pizza? Is that something you've tried?
Who hasn't? It's easily the most popular pizza here in New York. But are you new?
You know, not as new as you, evidently.
I don't know what that was.
Sorry, I dropped something. So
I was gonna say somebody deflated.
Which place are we going? Okay, pizza first, right? Understood. Easy enough. And then also like, if we just are in Midtown, it's probably easy enough to find hot dogs and pretzels on the street, and it's probably easy enough to make a vendor smile if you have just like a couple of bucks.
Okay, please smile. Please, please, please.
$5 for you smile?
Smile and hug Charles.
as Charles just stands there, smiling.
As Maxine gives bunny ears to the vendor for her picture.
I want to figure out a hand signal for like whatever Misha might use.
The middle finger.
No, that's for Charles.
That's specifically for him.
Yes. That is reserved. And maybe William. She's totally used it on William. And actually, probably Shea. And Hall. What the fuck? It's for everybody.
It's not reserved then.
It really isn't. I thought it was, but it's not.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you flipped off everybody at some point.
Misha's not a nice person. Deal with it.
Whatever.
Maxine gives finger guns, Amber gives the bisexual salute, and Misha just flips people off.
Yep.
Charles grins.
Charles grins. Just keeps on grinning.
Right.
What about more canine companions at the moment?
I'll be
Not
honest.
those out of character comment. Inviting you all to join in the conversation.
Yeah, she's just going to kind of look and be like, okay, I'll be honest, I don't care where we go. I just want some coffee.
I think it's really rare for New York outdoor vendors to have coffee. I mean, I've never seen it.
Well, then you'll have to buy me the first cup you see.
For rareness sake, at least, yes.
Right, it's a memory. It is a true memory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Simon has guessed what kind of changeling Maxine is.
I see now.
Because Hall.
Because Hall.
But how
Don't
does he
like Hall.
even know that she's a changeling?
That's fair, but
You got
Then-
eyes? Because some of
Nope.
us have eyes. Oh, okay, well then, who knows?
I mean, I don't have the changeling eyes. I'm no.
well then he might be assuming it based on the fact that you're hanging with Misha.
Mm.
I mean, the fact that they're trying to avoid Central Park.
That could be any number of things.
I heard
Yeah.
you can get mugged in Central Park.
I've heard that that's where all of the tax. That's
As
where
an
the tax
officer of the
collectors-
law,
No, isn't that where all the tax people hang out? The tax
It is
collectors and
now.
stuff.
Yes, that's what I told Kai, anyways.
Well, that's what Misha just said out loud, though.
Mhm.
I've heard that tax collectors hang out there, and nobody wants to be near tax collectors.
The IRS are sons of bitches.
It's just this loud sound of a Twinkie package opening. This Cammy,
What do you keep on you?
she gestures down to her spider satchel.
I'm
Is it
sorry.
full?
What is that?
She holds up the Twinkie. It's a confection made of cake with a cream filling.
And he's like staring at this thing like he's never seen it before.
Misha's going to look at him and be like, "They're in every grocery store, Charles."
He's posh.
She's gonna dip her hand into her bag and pull out another one and toss it to him. And in fluent French, she's just going to say, "Try one. I think you'll like it."
Thank
Oh, you
you.
people in your fancy romance language. I know one phrase in French, and it's from Moulin Rouge, so I probably shouldn't repeat it, considering I think I know what it means.
That as she tries to stumble through
Yeah,
the French
yeah,
speech.
that.
And the last part is avec moi ce soir.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Misha's just gonna look at them all and just pretty much say "fuck you" in Japanese.
My goodness.
But you
Do
guys
you
don't know
must
what she
understand
said.
Japanese?
Do you?
No.
Charles doesn't, unfortunately, but he knows it's Japanese.
We
It
have
is.
no fucking clue.
You might be able to catch something in the tone that it probably wasn't very nice what she said. Well, no, peony to catch that probably.
Sure, why not?
Why the fuck not?
Whatever it was not very nice.
Are we in extra dice roller 1 since we're
I
all in a
haven't-
group?
I haven't set it up yet, so
Whatever. We'll do that.
yeah. Let's see. Extra dice roller 1.
Whatever.
Let me set it.
Charles is about to eat his fucking no successes. Doesn't matter. He's about to eat a fucking Twinkie for the first time in his existence.
Oh
in this
God,
side.
sugar buzz for Charles.
Full stamina?
Oh damn! Look at Maxine.
And you take banality. Look at all the banality you're taking from me.
What? Is that from picking up that Misha was being rude?
I think she meant the Twinkie, but that's
Yeah,
another
I did
story.
hear the game. Yeah.
5 successes.
Where are we at? Extra dice roller?
Yeah,
Extra
extra
dice
dice
roller
roller 1.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you're basing all of this all on inflection. But yes, it was definitely something rude. Both of you guys pretty much have like a ton of successes. Whatever she said was not nice and was in fact probably a cuss word. In fact, it was definitely some sort of cussing involved, but you don't know what she said actually.
Well,
Seems
giving
gonna
the-
just give her a smile and finger guns.
You get a big cheesy grin back.
Being that Cammy is not unfamiliar with cursing at people in a different language, and just knowing what that all entails, she just pulls out another Twinkie. This will be the third Twinkie that's made an appearance, and she just tosses it to Misha.
Misha grabs it, gives her a thumbs up, and then just says thanks, and opens the Twinkie as they're walking wherever it is they're walking. Munch, 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 munch.
Charles is just like chewing this thing, and like he's like maybe not like the 1,000-mile long stare, but like you know when you eat something for the first time, and especially if it's like something you haven't quite experienced before or anything along those lines, you're like trying to make sense of the tastes and the flavors. Granted, I know it's a fucking Twinkie, but for him.
And
That's
it tastes like pre-processed. That's what it tastes like.
All the preservatives and yellow cake.
Oh, that is the preservatives. What are you talking about?
All right, so we
Goodness
snapped them.
gracious.
We've got whatever that is, 5 points each, and then if we say we got the vendors to smile, do we have to do any kind of? I feel like we can do that easy enough.
Yeah.
So that's 15 plus 3, 18. Okay, cool. Guys, we're almost done.
Right. Because we only need more than 64 to get out of visit more often.
There's gotta be. I know. Okay, I know the walking challenge is probably Brooklyn Bridge. That's about all other than I know where Bowling Green Park is.
Let's see. It's home to a building that provides skyline views. It is fronted by a skating rink. Oh, that's the 30 Rock place.
Oh. And yeah.
What's it?
Rockefeller Center.
Plaza. Yeah.
Duh. Of course.
I watched a lot of 30 Rock, sorry.
To Rockefeller Center, which might, I don't know if the ice skating rink is still up. I feel like it probably is. I could be wrong.
For the sake of argument, we can say that it is. I don't see why not.
Oh, and there's that bonus challenge to try and make sure that at other parts of the city we can get a picture of Lady Liberty.
Well,
What
if
if
we
we
go on
just
the
draw her in?
well, if we go on the Staten Island ferry, which is free, that might be easy enough. We just would be in Staten Island, and then we'd have to wait for the free ferry to come back.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah,
wants to go to Staten Island.
Misha makes a terrible, terrible face because she has spent far too much time in Staten Island as far as she is concerned.
It's fucking Staten. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody wants to go to Staten Island.
Except for apparently, some of my friends.
And they're wrong.
I'm not denying that.
It's Staten fucking Island. All right. So, to the plaza. She says, munching on her greasy slice of pizza. Cheese.
The plaza it is.
Yeah, Misha opted for the pretzel.
I feel like Amber absolutely has a hot dog, but she's not eating it.
Charles has a hot dog, but he also has it wrapped in a pizza.
Wow, okay.
And a Twinkie.
Are you stoned?
Yeah, actually, most people would probably think he's stoned.
Worry about your arteries some, will you?
You know they make us work out at the precinct.
I understand. I'm very aware of what they make us do. But my God.
Maxine, I have days. Days. And why shouldn't I be able to enjoy every last moment of it?
Wait, days of what?
Yes.
I'm going to start buying so much bran. Just all of the bran. And maybe some, shredded wheat.
And broccoli.
So much broccoli.
And cauliflower.
You're going to be sick from cauliflower.
Well, if it's anything as good as that vegan lasagna you attempted, or that leftover lasagna you tried to make, I actually succeeded. We might make a chef out of you yet.
Did you just call casserole lasagna? How pedestrian are you?
Pedestrian? My goodness. How far I've fallen.
Casserole and lasagna are not the same thing, Charles. I have it on good authority.
Yeah, from Deborah. That's Susan. Oh, I feel like we're excluding our friends from the conversation. Please, I don't wish to make you feel left out.
Cammy is just kind of chewing on the diminishing Twinkie in her hand, and she keeps looking at MJ.
Yeah. Yeah, Simon kind of smiles at MJ. Cool contacts.
Thank you. Not a lot of people notice them.
They're noticeable.
I want to do a peony on Cammy because Amber would be like, she's looking at me, she's hitting on me. But like, I wanna know if that's like actually what she's thinking or not in this moment because that would be hilarious. Oh no, I just closed out my character sheet, but I know my peony score.
Peony specialty. The mood.
Actually, I mean, okay, she's got 2 successes, so she probably knows that this isn't like attraction. This is just like you're weird, right?
She has an odd perplexment. She's confused by your eyes.
Okay. Is nothing unusual for Amber. This is a normal day. But she'll give Cammy a wink after saying the things to Simon.
He turns away at the wink.
Yeah, Misha's changed the guys too, but you know she wears contacts, so not an issue.
That's
Charles
boring. You're boring.
It's also safe.
Boring.
To be honest, you've probably only rarely seen her with her copper eyes.
I have all the merits to make people know that I'm a changeling. Boring.
But
Everyone wants to know.
But on the other side of it, there is still that weird scent of salty sea air. What the hell?
Right. There's that.
This is like the third or fourth time she's been in Misha's presence, so Cammy probably sure like she must really love swimming like around Coney Island. Like really, really love it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Obsessed daily.
I totally don't live on Brighton Beach.
By the way, for the werewolf players, when Charles smiles, it just seems a little too sharp. Like, I mean, there's not like fangs or anything like that. It's just something's off. That's the best way I can put it. It just seems a little too sharp.
Everything about Charles is off.
You have so what you're telling me is you have a William Dafoe smile.
Yes.
Ugh.
Always.
How much I've sacrificed.
William Dafoe smile and frenzy.
Oh shit, last night was a full moon.
Oh god, it is.
Oh yeah, Simon, you're on. You better be careful.
Nobody anger the strong wolf.
She's got a gift that helps, but yes, still should be careful.
I always figured that Maxine would die protecting Charles.
Charles just smiled one. Charles just smiled one too many times, and it was enough. That's all it took. That's all it took.
One too many times, meaning once.
Yes.
The problem is that Charles was always smiling.
He's just so happy.
He died as he lived, smiling.
Yeah. I mean, you'll smile. Not sure how much we can help. We're both kind of new to New York. Well, a bit less for me, but still. Haven't been in New York for a year yet. Well, until I think I've been in New York for about half a year.
Oh, excellent! Then you probably haven't heard. And MJ pulls out her business cards because that's who she is. I'm also new. My establishment opened just around the time you came, probably. And she'll hand her cards to Simon and Cammy. If Cammy will accept the card, she's just gonna hold it out to them. Has Vixen on it, has MJ's name and the number on it.
Is this a
So
strip
like some
club?
kind. If you're lucky.
Another Twinkie opening, right?
Check the sidebar for your phone going off there, MJ.
Oh, okay. Noted.
And that's not stopping anyone.
Oh no, that's just like good to know.
Yeah, that's kind of why
That's
she's
precedent.
telling you. She wants you to understand what that you're dealing with, what you're dealing with here. So
Well, I
No,
think
sorry,
actually for the most part, it sounds like a lot of people are not in this group are not native New Yorkers.
I don't know what you're talking about. Born New York, died New York.
and me, I'm from Siberia. What are you talking about?
Not that far off. I'm only across the border.
Seems like it's just you. The cheese stands alone, Biffle.
Yeah, totally. I totally wasn't born at all in New York.
Well, I wasn't born in New York. That would have been Virginia.
It's a dreadful place.
Vinny, out of character, he actually comes from like the same part of Virginia we do because one of his parents was a politician.
Ironic, so was Charles.
I actually liked Virginia the one time I went, but whatevs.
That's, well, probably fine to visit. I don't know about living, but I've never been, so I can't say.
I've heard they have really bad traffic.
Oh, I'm sure it's much better than New York traffic.
Higher quality traffic.
Yes.
The best traffic. The traffic you could kill for it.
Sure.
I don't know. You sit in a car long enough, you start to go a bit batty.
Oh, wow. You would hate for that to happen. As soon as you go batty, Charles starts getting to work.
I think it's when you go batty that you begin to understand Charles.
Is that what happened?
Yes, Maxine, yes.
Oh, well. It's all for the best.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, that wasn't awkward at all. What's next on the list, MJ?
Let's see. We just did. What did we just do? We just did 30 Rock. So we're probably.
What's Curiosium vulgara?
A bit farther south. If there's anything we want to check off our list, this far up, we might want to do that first. Although, like I said, the traffic here is going to be so much better, so we don't have to worry about that.
Huh. Okay. Well, where's the bookstore?
Oh, Strand. It's I'm pretty sure it's also Midtown. Union Station is around Midtown. So Amber will say it's actually quite far from here. Just this way.
Excellent.
And you were worried about the carbs.
I don't think that's that far away.
Well, she has a very short stride. So
I was going to say it's very far away when you're in heels. She says not wearing heels.
Cammy looks down, sees no heels, looks up.
How dare you not trust her? MJ knows exactly what she's doing.
Suspicious people.
I call it healthy skepticism.
Healthy skepticism is always good. It's always an issue when it turns to paranoia.
I don't know. Skepticism always just seems so tiresome. Believe in everything. Absolutely everything.
I don't know. I often get the feeling a lot of times that a lot of people want to punch me in the face.
I know I do. No.
Charles has no idea what that feels like.
I mean, you're welcome to take a shot. I'm just going to let you know now.
Oh.
I prefer no one took any shots at anyone.
And he basically calls the shots these days, so.
Not sure about the rest. Not sure about everyone else. But I'm pretty sure my family wants to punch me in the face whenever they see me.
What a lovely
they do.
I was
My
going to say I
family
wasn't about to hit anyone until we established a safe word, but that's just me. Sorry, Maxine, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was going to say maybe we should start a fight club right here and now and abandon this whole thing.
I'd rather not.
Fair enough. I am quite intimidating. She puts up her scrawny ass arms. So a bookstore, you say?
Strand is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's amazing.
18 miles of new and used books. I would be in heaven.
It's got a 3-story Barnes and Noble. And I mean, Amber doesn't care a whole lot. Lily cares a whole lot.
Michael cares a whole lot. Charles cares to an obsessive degree, and it's going to be forever to get him wrenched away.
And this will be the scene where Maxine shoves her oathmate.
Knowing full well the consequences.
Whatever.
Being relatively close to the park, Cammy is going to pull out her phone and look at Simon. I'm getting those other points. I'll meet you up in like 10 minutes.
Hey, I want those other points too.
That is a cheating. Sorry.
Why would that be cheating?
Because you're leaving the group.
I didn't see rules on this anywhere that said we couldn't split the party.
I mean,
dungeon crawl?
Yes, it's a dungeon crawl. Don't you know that?
Quick.
Never split the party.
Oh no, the kobolds are after us.
I'm pretty sure this isn't a scary movie, a horror movie.
It's okay. I have a very high charisma. I will seduce the kobolds.
Excellent. MJ's the bard.
I claim rogue.
Barbarian, obviously.
Obviously.
Charles is just baffled and confused.
Totally
He's the
rogue.
monk. The celibate monk.
I'm the lawful good paladin.
You know, that vow of peace and vow of celibacy in 3.5 actually works quite well for He's going to be the most OP out of all of us. Anyway.
Oh, Lord. To the book dungeon.
To the book dungeon.
Well, our paladin and Twinkies, we didn't get a class from you.
Paladin and Twinkies.
I don't think Twinkies is a class. I'm trying to think of a class that involves food. I mean, baker isn't exactly a class.
Chef? I don't know. Camp cook.
Night elf.
Character expert.
Out of character. You don't know that.
I was more of a Shadowrun person myself.
Good Lord, poor Charles is the only one who's not a nerd.
Well, he hasn't been around long enough to become one.
Spend some more time with the Vixen waitresses who are all canonically nerds.
Yes. Investigate, get him involved in a game, and this. You know what? I want this scene to happen. I want someone to invite Charles to a role-playing game.
Storytell a game.
Let's make this as meta as possible. Okay, we'll file that away for
We'll
future.
save that for later. We'll save that for later, though.
Labyrinths and Lamias.
Yes. I have a story about that later, but we'll wait for that after the scene for my in real life group.
Yeah.
So, I guess wizard, maybe?
We're a pretty well balanced party.
Excellent. Well, just let me swing my axe and I'll clear a path.
We
Axe,
should
huh?
exchange. Oh wait, some of you know each other. Do you have each other's numbers? I was going to say we should exchange numbers just in case we run into. I don't know, in case you guys run into some traps and need the rogue, or in case we run into someone who only speak to someone who's like lawful good. And I mean, Lord knows we have a ton of lawful good people here.
Yes. What?
And but there's what's going on in Charles's mind as everyone's throwing these things out. He's because of the way his mind works, he's getting like the definitions and like he's running through them and trying to make sense of what these words are going on. This is a completely different language to him, and he's trying to figure it out. So for him, he's trying to translate in his head what this means, but nothing's working.
Well, Misha, in response to while he's doing all of this in his head, is going to be like, "Yeah, I mean, you might say I have Simon's number."
Is that number 8?
Cammy looks up at Simon and looks back at Misha. Just kind of gives us like, oh, not bad.
I'm gonna peony that because she doesn't know you very well, and I just want to know if she catches that or not.
Well, there goes my smooth plan.
I mean, he's also like, he's a peony because we never did.
I don't think you're going to get what you think you're going to get.
7, what? He doesn't get a success.
I got 4.
She seems to think that Simon and Misha are an item on the side.
Oh, Misha's totally gonna walk up and put her hand in in his arm and just kind of grin up at him, kind of leaning in kind of close.
Cammy's just gonna look at Simon and she's gonna say in French, "So, what's your girlfriend think about this?"
This
You know
is
what?
excellent.
No,
we have a.
You know what? I don't want to know. I never saw any of this. This never happened. She'll just take a few steps away from Simon and Misha, just like.
What was Simon's reaction to that? Because that is actually important here.
And Charles is the only one who understands what the conversation is. And he's paying very close attention to the behavior right now.
This isn't about this isn't about the French for her. It's more about how Simon's reacting. She's just joking around, but
he'll grin at Cammy and like totally embrace what I'm playing along with what Misha is doing.
Ah, Misha, for all I had to do to win your love, and it's so easily given to just any Tom, Dick, or Harry Dick.
It's okay, Maxine, because see now I don't have to use my very intricate plot to bring Simon here into the harem. He's a de facto member of the harem now.
Wait, are we splitting the rent 3 ways now?
Well, no, it's transitive because it's Misha selected to you and Misha's Simon. It's if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals D.
Oh, of course.
All I know at the very least is I'm on a pedestal and I have my own checks to pay.
Yes, and you're never removed from your box.
Mint condition.
Indubitably.
Yeah. After a minute or two of kind of doing that, she's just going to kind of, get up because this dude's pretty tall and she's very, very small. So she's going to try to attempt to climb up to give him a kiss on the cheek. But by climb, she's not going to climb on him. But she is going to try to do it as best as she can, and then she'll walk back over because she's done with her joke now. She's bored.
He'll like help her, because why not? So he'll actually kind of like help her up a bit, or get himself down, whatever.
But it's more like if you bring yourself down, she's not actually going to climb on you. That's kind of ridiculous at this point.
He'll get down.
Yeah, just give you a kiss on the cheek and walk back over there. And she's just gonna look at him Maxine in particular, and just be like, what can I tell you? I have so much love to give.
Obviously, you are the warmest person here.
That's me. I am warm. I am so warm that, in fact, I'm hot.
Grrr.
Only so much time to give.
Eyes, Charles. What?
Go on now, go. Walk out the door.
So where exactly are we? And so kind of start looking at street signs.
The bad side of Manhattan.
I was letting MJ lead the way to the book dungeon.
Yeah, right now we're somewhere near Union Square, which isn't. I mean, it's in the same like general. It's a bit of a walk, but it's not a bit of a walk if you're a New Yorker to get to Central Park. It's still Midtown. It's not enough to warrant. I mean, you could take a subway if you wanted to be lame.
Did we lose the rest of the walking tour? She looks around them.
I mean, if we take the subway, it's not exactly a walking tour anymore, is it?
Oh, well.
Also, what was that about a harem? As he looks to Amber.
Oh, the business card I gave you, it is a front. This is actually Maxine and myself are working on building some sort of complex for a harem. We are having to finagle with New York laws because if you have too many women living in one place, it's considered a brothel. So we're having to do some fancy paperwork to get out of that. So it's taking a bit longer than originally anticipated.
What she said.
Okay. Yes, he's standing there like blink, blink.
We'll meet up with you after you guys get the other two pictures, and if we move on, we'll get Misha to let you know.
It's a very extenuating, long process to become part of said harem. So, you know, we'll put you on a waiting list, and we'll discuss whether you're appropriate.
Indeed, it took me months before I could even get into the harem.
Yeah. I still think that we should require a unanimous vote from this point on, though, MJ.
Well, you don't need a unanimous vote because not everyone is going to be having relations with everyone.
I'm just saying.
People can be selective. But we can work on revising our bylaws later. We will need to have a quorum for that. We can discuss that later.
Thank you. I'm glad that you're going to address my concerns. I'll bring my best toga. So this 18 miles of books, is it like a maze or is it just like a really long stretch? Like, do we have to sprint?
No, it's just like a place where there's like a bunch of different bookstores.
Okay. Just like a huge stretch of bookstores. 18 miles of bookstores. That's amazing.
And the 3-story Barnes & Noble.
I would never leave.
Yeah, I haven't gone there since I got here because I know I will never leave.
Well, sounds like we're going to have to go and never leave. Just let ourselves be consumed. That's the day where we decide reality is too much and we just walk into there and never leave.
Exactly.
Weirdos. I make a reference to L-Space, but most people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I will one day, Carol. I'm so close. So close. 30 more pages.
Dios mío. All right. So, books.
Party split.
Harem.
No lie, Charles like stops at every is almost going into every single shop. Like he can't help himself. He's going there. He's going to different sections, and I mean,
Oh, Misha's not going to follow him around.
oh, of course not. Doesn't surprise me.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
She will, however, if she finds an art history section, get stuck for probably longer than you would think.
Yeah. And Charles is just picking up all sorts of different books, and all of them in different languages.
Maxine's going to look and see if she can find a copy of D&D.
You're probably in the same section that MJ hangs out in, the graphic novel section.
Yes, they are relatively close. Pick
We're
up a
going to
copy
have-
of Food Wars and then.
My God. Charles is going to be given the Dungeons and Dragons handbook, and he's going to run a game. No. Labyrinths and Lamias, because that's what it is in World of Darkness.
Yes.
Cammy is going to stop at the one of the shelves, and she's going to pull out a copy of Ghost in the Shell, or one of the volumes of Ghost in the Shell, and just start to thumb through it.
No, Maxine picks up a Black Dog game.
Yes. Revenant, the Rapture. Let's do this.
Is that what is the changeling equivalent in Black Dog? Is it that, or is it?
No. Revenant is vampire.
Okay, there's another.
I don't-
Warlock for all of them.
Did they actually name the changeling one? I don't think they did.
I don't think they did.
I'd have to look in the freaking pen text.
How about Faye the Pretty?
Changeling the kidnapping.
Changeling the kidnapping.
Yes. It was Changeling the Lost before Lost was a thing.
Oh, Lord.
Simon is just flipping through old, like, Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Excellent. The cool people are hanging out in the graphic novel nerd section.
Oh, yes, we are.
Well, Charles is like picking up stuff. He actually starts like he's talking and like he's actually muttering to himself in Hindi at one point as he picks up a copy of the Bhagavad Gita in Hindu, and he's just like, and he's talking to himself in Hindi for a little bit before he goes on, and then he goes something in Cantonese.
That's one of the books I have in English. The Bhagavad Gita. And
Same here.
Cammy's going to take a look to see what MJ is reading.
She's probably hanging around if she can find a copy of The Sandman. that's what she'll be rereading because that's her absolute favorite.
Love Sandman. Anyway.
But yeah, she seems to like fantasy graphic novels.
She'll look at the comic book in her hand and then kind of smirk a bit. A Neil Gaiman fan?
Oh, I've read maybe one of his books.
By one, how much do you actually mean?
What was that?
He'll say by one, how much do you actually mean?
Oh, like just a chapter I read over the shoulder of one of my waitresses while she was slacking off.
I was never really much into anything that DC put out. I was into, and she'll reach over and pull out a what are they called? A trade paperback of Spawn, though. She'll hold it out towards MJ.
A recommendation?
If you like high fantasy and supernatural shit, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but she takes it happily. Don't know much about it, to be quite honest. She says as she thumbs through it.
Long story short, mercenary goes to hell, agrees to serve the devil, comes back, decides he doesn't want to serve the devil, says fuck you to the devil, and these are his misadventures.
You know, I think I was going to say he would remind me of me saying fuck you to the devil, but now that I think about that, that's probably more Maxine's thing.
Certainly. She says a couple of shelves over.
Excellent. Thank you. She says like pretty genuinely to Cammy. It's probably like the first time she said something genuine this whole time.
It was really big in the 90s. My dad and I used to watch the HBO series, all 2 seasons of it.
Well, if it's on HBO, it must be worthwhile.
You know, it's not that bad.
Showing wieners.
That was the subtext.
Although I'm not sure if HBO still shows it or not.
Oh, well, in that case, if there's no legal way to procure it, then I'm sure I won't be watching it at all.
Cammy just like pulls out her phone. What's your number?
Excellent, my evil plot worked, and she'll give
Finally!
And Cammy types out the long hand of a link that has it all on streaming.
Oh, you are just too kind. If you do ever stop by the bar, I will definitely owe you a drink on the house.
Some people can find over here. I'm sorry, what's Klingon and how is that the original Shakespeare? I'm confused. He's talking to one of the workers in the store. And the worker's kind of like staring at him like he's like, an alien. He's just like explains it. He's like,
which is ironic considering Star Trek.
When
fascinating.
As Charles is having looking awkward because he's not kind of awkward, he'll lean into MJ going, this one is not one of us, is he?
Oh, if you mean in the harem, he kind of got in on a technicality. He took me out to a very expensive date with a hold on, let me show you. And she'll pull out her phone, pull up her Instagram, and pull out a picture of them standing in front of a horse-drawn carriage, and the horse has a hat. It's very cute.
The horse has a top hat. It's amazing.
It's incredible. It's all really over the top. So as you can see, it's not like I could say no to putting him in the harem. He's a valuable asset.
By the way, the suit he's wearing is like, if the suit had an appearance score of its own, it'd have been a 6.
So what exactly does he do?
Oh, our good friend Charles? If I understand it, he lobotomizes people.
Independently wealthy, I'm sure.
Yep.
The worst people to ask.
Puka.
He does the thing where he puts the lime in the coconut and tells people to drink it and feel better. That sort of thing.
Witch doctor.
He does the thing with the thing.
He's big into voodoo.
Who do? You do.
Who
do
do?
what? Remind me of the babe.
Wait, was that in character?
The whole thing. I think the whole thing was in character.
I was saying it in character.
Yeah.
I mean, for Charles.
Cammy just looks at the picture and she just kind of shrugs. And she's just like, nice suit. I wonder if it came with the yacht.
Ooh.
If it came with the what?
The yacht.
Ah.
If there's a yacht, he's been holding out on me. That's not okay. After
Maybe
all that I've done for him.
He keeps it in the back room. It's really embarrassing because that's a terrible place to keep a yacht.
Well, now I just feel betrayed.
Poor Charles is getting a lesson on Klingon and Star Trek, and he's like, fascinating. So you're telling me a bunch of people actually made a fictional language, much like J.R.R. Tolkien did with Elvish and the Black speech? That's amazing. I'm going to have to look into this.
I'm going to look over at Charles and just shake her head.
Wait until he hears about Dothraki.
Please don't tell him about Dothraki.
What about Dothraki? As Misha says it just a little too loud.
What is Dothraki?
You
Is it
can
like
tell.
Klingon?
Oh God, he's really not a nerd.
Like I
Well-
said, technicality.
He's a very specialized kind of nerd.
I don't know. In high school, he'd probably be one of the ones hanging out with us. He'd just be the weird one of the group from all looks, all appearances.
Saying there's more fictional languages that people have created specifically for their novels and for television series. This is amazing. I'm gonna have to look at these.
Excuse me 1 minute. Charles.
Hmm?
I don't know how to say this, but you're embarrassing me. I guess I did know how to say it. Please, come join us over in the nerd section, you dork.
Thank you so much for everything you've told me. I'm afraid I must join my people.
Just shakes her head. Yes. Linguistics lesson at Barnes and Nobles.
That poor worker is going to have a story to tell when he gets home. Was this guy who didn't know what the fuck Klingon was. Not only did not know what Klingon was, he didn't really understand the fact that there were all these different fictional languages. The fuck is this guy?
Maxine has picked up a couple of gaming books and some Brian Froud books. So nerdy shit, but not necessarily that many like comics themselves.
Ready to check out?
Misha's got pretty much some nonfiction.
Is anybody ever really ready to check out of a bookstore, MJ?
Oh, I was talking about me. I thought I looked pretty good right now, but we could do that too.
I mean, you wanted us to check you out.
I mean,
Do
if
you
you
work
weren't
here?
already doing so, I just wanted to give a formal invitation. She says that she just turns around once. She's wearing like a jacket and like jeans, boots, nothing fancy. Appearance 3.
Cammy pops around a corner for a minute and comes back with a couple of books. She's currently thumbing through the Necronomicon collection, just trying to wrap her head around how thick this fucking book is.
Have you ever read the Malleus Maleficarium?
No.
Fair enough. Much lighter read than what you're reading right there.
I like the way people wrote back in, the earlier part of the last century.
Ah.
Which part of the earlier part of the last century?
Oh my god.
Pretty much anything from the 50s on backwards.
Well, I might be able to recommend something if Lovecraft is something of your interest. He actually starts mentioning a few things. He has a specialty in literature for his academics, by the way, which is weird considering the fact he didn't know about the Klingon and stuff, but clearly different parts of
Or
literature.
Twinkies.
Only specific literature.
The ones that a certain body he's inhabiting knows about. So...
Why don't I start here, and then if it comes down to it, I'm sure that any one of these fine folks can help me track you down for more recommendations.
Certain. In fact, I know everyone has a card. It seems so weird. Everyone has a card these days. And Charles pulls out his.
Yes, everybody has a card. I have a card. I have all the cards.
So many cards. We just keep giving. You have the best cards. That's why we keep trading with you. He says as he hands his business card to Cammy.
I have the
Cammy will
best
take
cards
it.
because I have everyone else's card.
Charles Egar, criminal psychologist, 32nd Precinct, Manhattan.
Oh. Okay, that's what they meant. Okay.
See? Lobotomies.
So you're
Sorry, I don't conduct lobotomies. It's
Oh.
either therapy with the Brooklyn PD or criminal investigations with the Manhattan.
I forgot we weren't telling people about those. Okay, sorry.
He is such a fan of lobotomies as a hobby.
Hmm. The mental dissection is only satisfying once you be able to rebuild the pieces and build a better, stronger individual.
Cammy just has a look of appreciation on her face at the moment. It's good that there are people like you out there then.
Well, I have to thank my friend here, he says as he sort of beams at Maxine with that too sharp grin. After all, she was the one who actually turned my attention to those that were in need in the Brooklyn PD. I'm afraid those cards are a little out of date. But I have them, so might as well give them out until I have to preprint the new ones.
I'm helping.
Fortunately, I don't have any business cards.
Just hand somebody else's to him. He'll never know.
I don't know.
I'll take numbers on napkins if need be.
Why exactly is everybody doing the business card thing?
I don't know.
Because it's
I've never
where we're
heard
at,
of
I
this.
guess. I don't know. She reaches down into her bag and she's fishing down there for something. She stops for a minute and she blinks, her eyes a bit wide. And she seems to shake her arm vigorously a few times before pulling out a small steno notebook. Looking it over several times before letting out a breath. And then she takes a piece of paper and writes down her email and hands it over to Charles.
Always did like old-fashioned communication.
Emails, old-fashioned communication.
With instant messenger these days, it may as well be.
I'm just more apt to probably check that.
Much appreciated, he says. He folds it up and puts it in his pocket.
I hope you want to fast forward checking out and buying these things.
Yes.
Charles's bag is probably one of the largest.
When they go outside, we're going to say that it's gotten a little bit chillier, so Amber's gonna open her bag and pull out her knitted fox hat and put it on.
Yeah, so many stuff. Oh, I made that.
You did? Oh, it's very lovely.
Well, actually, I make a few. Oh, wait, you'll love this one. And he gets his phone out and he shows. Wait. On his phone. I'm like, for those who know Stranger Things.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Christmas sweater. I made, well, this Christmas.
That is appropriate clothing for March.
Well, given how cold it is.
It's very lovely. I don't think I've seen that at Calypso's Grotto when I went there, but that's where I got this. And I just love foxes so much.
Yeah, I actually kind of smile when she says she loves foxes. I have a friend who's so fond of foxes.
Oh my goodness, they must come to Vixen. Everyone wears fox ears.
It's true. Every
I'll make sure to
Wednesday.
take her there.
I personally wear fox ears every day, all the time.
You mean like you are right now?
Exactly, like I am right now.
Huh.
I hear this Calypso's Grottos is a pretty fine place.
I hear it's been doing quite well in business recently.
Never heard of it.
What?
You.
The owner's kind of a bitch, but she's pretty.
I heard Emma Watson was there recently, actually.
She was. Oh my God, she was.
Did anyone catch whether Emma Watson has seen my audition tapes? Because if not, we need to get that passed on to her.
Well, you know, I don't sell that type of tape at Calypso's Grotto, but I will say that she was lovely, and she bought one of my bracelets. Okay, I'm done now.
So glad to hear that the business is doing so well.
It's incredibly busy.
Mm.
I'm kind of insane because we've been open like a month.
News carries fast around these parts, I hear.
Especially in this modern day and age, once with the appropriate bits of advertising, it's amazing what happens.
There is a sort of considered look at him. Only for a second, because she doesn't really like looking at him.
Did you two sneak off and go to Central Park while I wasn't looking, or has that not happened yet?
Well, that's going to happen at the end of the tour, I'm sure.
No, Cammy hasn't. She didn't split with the group, and everyone was like, "We can't split the party."
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah, we can do that.
Because nerd bondage is the true bondage, except for Charles, who's apparently not the nerd of this.
He's just a different kind of nerd.
A specialized nerd.
So does anyone know the first two, the theater challenge and the history challenge? We could always use Google if we were, looking to cheat.
Well, there's no rules against using Google.
53rd Street. I've been to New York once, and I spent like a week in the city proper, so out of character. Oh no.
I mean, listen. I've been living or going to school here for like 3 years, and I'm a hermit.
Okay,
Let's.
so history, and what's the other one?
The theater.
Oh, I have no idea what the theater challenge is.
Let me Google it.
I was going to say, if we Google, it says something about the second son, well, the eldest son of Charlemagne, right?
You'd think as a theater major I would know, but unfortunately it's not clicking in my head.
You're not the only theater major, and I don't know.
Wait a minute, Pepin the Hunchback. That was his name, Pepin or Pippin the Hunchback.
What the hell kind of name is that?
And
It's his.
Apparently he's on stage. Isn't this not what it says? This 1921 historic playhouse featured Humphrey Bogart in an early play and has the eldest son of Charlemagne on stage. So either there's Pepin or a hunchback on stage.
Ah.
That's helpful. Where's these? Or like Googling.
Yep.
Which is probably in character. We're standing around just outside the store Googling.
We have a glasswalker. What is our glasswalker doing?
All right, there's something.
Nothing.
Glasswalker is currently eating a Twinkie. and texting with her left hand.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can. Okay, well, there's a place called the Ambassador Theater. It's at 219 West 49th Street between Broadway and 8th Avenue in Midtown. And it opened on February 11th, 1921. Let me see if I can find see who was a Humphrey Bogart?
Humphrey Bogart, yes.
I don't see a reference to him on this particular wiki page.
The Claw Theater was a Broadway theater located at West 45th Street in Midtown Manhattan, built in 1921 for producer Marcus Claw. That might be it. Let's
See if you can find a reference to Bogart.
I will.
Yeah?
Yep. Theater. On West 45th Street.
Awesome.
Then we found a winner.
To that place.
Indeed.
Let's see, where'd you say it was?
45th Street, 54th Street, one of those. 45th Street.
Oh, that's like around Times Square. So if we want to do anything in Times Square, we can absolutely do that. Or if we want to stay far, far away from Times Square, we can sort of do that. It's gonna be around the same place.
Yes. I'm up for saying that they're meandering aimlessly around the streets of New York. Mug us.
Oh, that sounds fun. Let's see how that goes with 2 Garu and a whole bunch of changeling magic.
What about the history one? It's on 53rd. That's only 10 blocks.
I think this Ambassador Theater is the one that they used in King Kong.
Oh. Well, that's fantastic. I'm a huge fan of giant gorillas.
Well, perhaps we'll have to stop by the zoo at some point.
You know me, I like them big and brainless.
Gorillas are actually really intelligent.
Cool.
Well, I'm just going to say fuck Zeus because the animal shouldn't be all penned up like that.
She'll hold her hand up for a high five.
There, you get the high five.
Cammy doesn't participate in the high five, but she agrees.
Charles doesn't either.
Yes.
Simon
well,
does not.
Charles is going to get finger guns then.
Yep.
For being awkward. Making all these social interactions just super cool, Charles.
I'm just
You're
saying, I'm
just
saying,
the best.
let me just clarify this on an OOC level. Charles is the only one here who does not have some animal form.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. He is truly a church puka. That is what he is.
He turns into a church.
And all the fun it entails.
I mean, high fives are no go. Do not assault thy neighbor is a pretty big statute in his religion.
High fives aren't assault, Charles.
It's close enough for him.
Oh, you guys, 3 of these actually involve Central Park. The Outdoor Challenge, the Scene It Challenge, and the Culture Challenge, since the Met is technically in Central Park.
So why are we doing this? This is such a cheater's moment.
Seems gonna crunch up this stupid fucking list at this point. There's a bar around here somewhere that has an arcade in it.
Yes, the barcade. We were there not too long ago, actually.
Anybody up for beer and video games?
As we all very specifically avoid a Central Park.
Yep.
Cammy
And the
will
werewolves are just like,
The werewolves are like, but we can win this thing.
We can! Why are they giving up?
Because Cammy heard booze and video games, and her hand has gone up, and she's still kind of just holding it up there at the prospect of booze and video games.
Yes.
The barcade is a real thing in New York, and it's amazing.
Yes.
Just gonna put that on my list for my 21st.
Yeah,
Excellent.
barcade.
The
I think
day
it's
that you
actually
get to
in
have your
Brooklyn, by the
first
way.
drink.
They
First
have it in
drink ever.
Manhattan, I think. So,
Here's the link. Give it a
I'm googling
moment.
it.
in St.
Boom.
Mark's Place in New York.
Okay, okay.
Barcade.
That's not a horrible trek.
Nope. And there's a lot of games.
Oh wait, this one's in Brooklyn.
Yep, this one's in Brooklyn. There's two. There's one in like the other parts of New York, but
Mm-hmm.
You
This
guys-
one
Brooklyn
seems like it's in
you guys-
Chelsea.
There's something that's on tap called the Middle Ages Wailing Wench.
I love it.
I forgot they have Metal Slug. Yes.
Shall we have a rematch in Taxi Driver?
Victory
You're
Sour.
on.
What is a Victory Sour Monkey?
They have a
I don't know if
Twilight
everyone would
Zone.
know that. If that's a real drink, she'd probably know it. But if it's not, she'd be like, ugh.
Well,
They
it's
have a
it's
Twilight
something on
Zone.
tap. It's
They have a
something on
Twilight
tap.
Zone pinball machine.
Cammy's gonna be real interested in that Primal Rage game.
Charles is ready for that rematch at Crazy Taxi, which Maxine will school him in.
Damn right she will. Head straight to that fucking.
Oh my god, Bubble Bobble. I totally forgot that thing existed.
Castlevania.
Dex Drive, right?
Castlevania
Drive.
Arcade.
Is anybody actually any good at Frogger?
I think
What-
that should become.
What are the
his
rules to
signature
play
game.
these games?
Oh, Legend of Zelda! That's good.
There's a Metallica pinball machine.
Well, of course there is.
And Mortal Kombat.
And something called Satan's Hollow, which I feel we should all play.
Let's see what Satan's Hollow is. Satan's Hollow. Yeah, number of simultaneous players 1. You can only have maximum number of players 2. That's weird. Okay.
Ooh, Joust.
It's a shooter. Okay.
Nice, nice.
Cabinet
call-
styles upright standard.
I call Tetris. That's all. I'll just sit there and play Tetris all night. It's fine.
Come on, Crazy Taxi. Winner picks the next video game.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sounds good. So let's everyone get you in. It's because it's one of those ones where you actually sit and drive. You're rolling your deck's drive on this thing. So let's see who does the best in this this tournament of champions.
All right.
Does
Maxine
Steve-
versus Charles first.
Does steady hands count here?
Cammy,
I'd say it
No.
does.
Cammy
I don't
sits down in one of the machines with her phone out. It's a point of willpower.
Oh no, you cheater!
Cheater.
Cheater!
Hey, if she's gonna win, and Charles apparently just canceled himself out, so he's just
And Maxine wins.
Maxine wins like no problem.
Wait, is everyone participating in this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Everyone
do
can.
it too. Yeah.
Because I ain't got no drive.
Me neither.
Neither does Charles, but he did it.
Guess who does?
Well,
Not
you,
I'm
laughing at my
not-
Dodge Neon now, are ya?
what you can do? No, you can just roll straight decks at diff 7.
Yep.
Mhm.
And if Misha did it, would be see.
Hey,
that would
look
be
at that, guys!
Do I even need to roll?
Well, what did you do? Just out of curiosity, so that I know.
Plug and play.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
if steady hands counts. Well, I got 3, so total. Yeah.
We're tied! We're all
God.
tied!
The 3, yeah, you, me, and Misha are all tied with 3
Unless
successes.
Cammy does her cheater thing.
She
Yeah.
already did.
Oh,
When
okay,
it
so
had-
she just like completely wins everything.
Well, the thing is that you said at a video game. You never specified it was at that video game. So that's what I'm confused about.
Let me just double check the wording of it real quick.
Because you can't. I mean, I can't imagine that plug and play would work on every single video game in the whole place at one time.
I don't know. This is a good question. This is where I
That's a
should
good
look.
question. Let's find out.
She's not going to spend willpower points left and right if it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like every single one. Well, at the very least, she gets to choose. If she wins this one, she gets to pick what the next video game is.
Oh, so any for the next day, anything that she touches becomes.
Oh, okay. Well, then it works on a lot of stuff.
Cheater.
Yeah.
Cammy's the best around. She's never gonna drink us down.
Gee, Cammy should play you at skee ball, Charles.
Are you sure you haven't
think
been here before, Cammy?
I play a lot of video games. Like, you should see my rig at home.
Suddenly, I'm so tempted to have Misha go. Be like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then find some place to like get into the system.
Cammy
We
will
all
look at
try to hack.
Cammy will look at the various games that are available, and she'll point out Dragon's Lair.
Oh, the game that's impossible to beat, yet she will.
Actually, she's just gonna hang back. She likes watching that game.
Oh dear, that one's
Where
a
is
dex-based game. Dragon Slayer. We don't have it on. It's not here. They don't have Dragon's Lair here.
Rocket.
Are we looking at the same place? Probably not.
Probably the different one. I'm looking at the
you-
Brooklyn one.
Yeah.
Well, look at the one in Manhattan, because we're in Manhattan. We're not in Brooklyn.
Nah.
New
Very
York, New York, Barcade.
New York, New York.
Yeah.
The original Barcade.
Mhm.
That's the Brooklyn one. Jesus. Okay, come on.
All right, so
Barcade.
Dragon.
Manhattan. There we go.
Dragon Slayer. There it is.
New York, New York. It's the one, New York. Yeah, Dragon's Lair on Laserdisc.
And what game is this?
It is a classic. That's impossible.
And what would you have to roll to beat it?
I have no earthly idea.
It's probably just straight dex because you're really it's your reaction time and memory patterns. It's
I'd
either
say
like dex or wits, either or.
Wait,
Or like
does that mean
Enigmas?
that reflex? Wait, I think Simon's deck specialty would lightning reflexes.
I'd say Dex Athletics, maybe. Or Dex Alertness, because it's all about getting the timing down, so probably Dex Alertness.
All
Excellent.
right. So let me try that again then.
I think awareness for like supernatural things.
Oh God, is this gonna be like the stamina
alertness.
seduction? Is this gonna be like the stamina seduction where you roll something really weird just because you
Listen,
can?
stamina seduction is valid.
Roll to beat this
I mean-
game.
It was valid. It was valid, but my point being, you were telling people they have to roll Dex Alertness.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I have 4
Yeah.
successes.
Holy
I'll do
shit.
I'll fucking do it because one way or another, it's my 3 fucking dice on this one. I got 2 successes. So.
But, I mean, we all know Cammy's gonna win because she's.
Yeah, but it's just who's doing better than everyone else before Cammy just schools us.
Well, Cammy's not going to play.
What's the
Oh,
diff? What would be the diff be?
Oh God.
Oh, is it not
Standard.
6?
Standard
Nah,
diff.
just standard.
Okay.
Put it standard.
And we don't have an accuracy here, but would one take the 10 away first or not?
No.
Okay,
it
so
takes
that's
away a success. Is what it does.
Doesn't have to
Okay.
take away the 10.
2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 4 successes because lightning reflexes.
You got 1 more than I did. And was like, I've never seen this game before.
Cammy just kind of like shrugs her shoulders. You just fucking rocked it out, though.
And like in the dreaming, her ears are just like twitching as she plays like in focus because she's like focus alertness.
For those who don't know what Dragon's Lair is, it was all like a hand drawn animation
Oh,
style
is it the
game.
one where it looks like the guy from Sword in the Stone? Is
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
main character?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that game.
It's what the kids were playing in Stranger Things season 2.
Does anybody want to play Mortal Kombat? Because screw this game. Come on,
Fine.
Charles.
Sure.
That's button mashing, right? I don't actually remember.
We can have more combat like tournament.
Perfect. Come on, Biffle. Come on, MJ. Misha. Twinkies. You.
Actually,
You.
actually, guys, I think I'd better get going. It's starting to get a little late, and I actually have to sleep because I have to work again tomorrow.
Aw.
Hmm.
I think she's just scared that she's going to get beaten, but it's all right.
Oh no, you can just claim that I lost. It's fine.
Dibs on Scorpion.
I'll see you guys later.
Have a good one, and good luck with your new success.
Get home safe. Text me when you get there.
She gives a sort of a perplexed look because, we're not at the bar and she hasn't had a drink.
I know, but Amber still is going to save this for everyone. Anytime her friends leave, she's like, be safe. Text me when you get there.
Make sure you drink water.
Make sure you drink lots of water. Stay hydrated.
Well, that wouldn't be professional.
Aw. You were quoted last time we were in the barcade.
Oh.
Yep.
That's
We
so
see,
nice.
even when Matt Amber's not there, we're thinking of her.
That's good. That's good.
She is cherished by this duo. This weird fucking duo.
Excuse me while Lily looks up the characters from Mortal Kombat 2, because I'm not familiar with this particular one.
Oh, they have the classic, don't they? Or is it just Mortal Kombat?
It's Mortal Kombat 2.
We're gonna Sub-Zero. So, how are we working out who goes up against who?
What's the thing? Oh, Charles goes and talks to the barkeeper, who sort of rolls his eyes, but he manages to convince the guy. And he goes, "Draw straws." How many people do we have in the scene? Sorry, I know
5.
5.
5. Well, that's gonna leave one man out. So
Cammy will volunteer to sit out, but she'll play the winner.
Charles just sort of grits his teeth for a moment because someone took the easy out before he did. But
Come on, Biffle.
So let's put it this way. I'm trying to think how to do this between us, because there's 4 people. 1d4. Oh no, that's not going to work. How do we do this? It's hard to randomize with 4 people.
Cammy is going to pair people off. So she puts Amber with Simon, or against Simon, and Maxine against Charles.
Oh
Okay.
boy, there we go. The Biffle rivalry is about to happen.
What's the role for Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Dex something?
Dex computers? I don't know.
Do I have computers?
I don't think Simon has.
I don't have computers either. I don't have computers or technology. I feel like I should get one of those.
Or if you're just button mashing athletics, why not?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're putting me up against a Gaoru. That's not fair.
Against a get. Well, someone who was raised as a get.
Charles chooses reptile.
Scorpion.
Sub-Zero.
He's probably gonna see Jade and be like, "Yes, pretty."
Cammy's gonna sit back. She's gonna order drinks. She's gonna order like 5 ciders for everyone, and then she's gonna pull out her phone.
Ugh, Dex Athletics, fine. I feel like this is kind of rigged.
Oh damn! Look, you might actually get it. Simon
Okay,
sucks.
don't jinx it. Okay, it's 6. Yeah, see, you're fine.
With
It was a close match, though. Once Charles actually realizes that, wait a minute, it's not. He actually starts playing.
God damn it.
He actually starts playing, and he's just smiling now because he found a loophole.
And Maxine.
Maxine is rewarded with the first drink out of the 4.
Thank you. She says as she sits down, just kind of scowling. Not necessarily at Charles, but definitely at the fucking video game.
Cammy's just gonna look between Simon and MJ and go again, I guess. You gotta have a winner.
Oh, I thought he won.
I mean, if his 10 counts as 2 successes, he has 1 success. Still up to you guys.
I think the rules is that the 10 still counts as 2. But
because he does have his
I think that I don't know. I'm not sure because I can't ST in this situation.
yeah.
Well,
You know what?
Again,
you know what? Roll again. We might as well just make it easy for all of us and just roll again.
Statistically,
That's
I
how we
can
get
tell you
it.
right now.
Cammy is gonna do a little thing.
Cammy's just gonna cheat. No, what?
She is gonna cheat. But hang on.
Well, if your 10s count as 2, then it goes to you again.
Shit,
Yeah.
hang on. No, I'm working here.
He's working. He's working.
Intelligence, computers. That's.
But I think, I think Amber is getting a helping hand.
That's so nice. She's never played Mortal Kombat before. This is so nice.
So 7 successes in favor of
How does that happen?
plug and play.
Plug and
Well,
play.
yes, but like Amber's sitting there going like, how? What?
I'm doing incredible. I'm not even hitting. She's not even noticing like certain buttons are pressing before she's pushing.
Exactly.
This is amazing. I'm the best at Mortal Kombat.
Is it
I
going
think what would
towards
be actually more hilarious
going
on
towards-
Simon's side, like his controls just become unresponsive. It's like it's not me, it's the game. It's the game.
like I think Simon does the whole thing to go freeze her, and then he just like goes a punch. Like that's not what it's supposed to do.
Fuck this game.
What is that? Freeze! Ah, fuck!
I don't know what's happening.
I'm doing amazing.
I'm just apparently really good at this.
Jesus, Simon.
Way to go, MJ.
Jesus, Simon, you got your ass kicked.
And he'll smile at her. He'll smile at Cammy. And he'll smile at Brooke. Good game.
And she'll hold out her hand and be like, yeah. shake the hand.
He'll shake it. And then he looks towards Cammy with this look in his eyes. That
Cammy's just sitting there not meeting his gaze at all. Just smiling. And then
So it's Charles and MJ.
Let's do this.
Round 1. Fight.
Take Goro this time.
How is this happening?
Excellent. Flawless victory.
I don't need Cammy's help this time.
Well, Charles may have realized he has a loophole, but that doesn't mean he's necessarily good at the games.
So yeah, round two.
I found my. Oh wait. This is like a round thing.
Round
Okay.
two.
Okay. Right. Well, we are in the final round before Cammy
Is it-
owns us. So
Is it best 2 out of 3? Like, what's?
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
whoever wins two first.
Okay.
yeah,
I get 1 this time.
got 2.
All right, for real this time.
Final round. Fight. It was a close one though. It was very close, but Amber pulls the win.
Somehow.
Jade versus Reptile.
Weirdos.
You know, I'm beginning to see the appeal.
Are you, Biffle?
Although, Michael, out of character, if you're thinking about Freud's theory of catharsis, it's been disproven. Okay, that's it.
Is that the one where if you're doing like that whole screaming into a pillow thing actually makes you angrier?
Yeah. It makes you feel good for like a short period of time, but then you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
anger. Still here.
Cammy's just kind of resting against the game machine.
All right, no problem. Amber cracks her knuckles.
And
button mashing this whole time. It's like, no problem.
Resting
I'm
her hand
professional.
on all the buttons.
just flailing her arms in front of you. I don't know what I'm doing. This is great.
Basically.
And Cammy is going to roll her manipulation computer to throw convincingly.
Oh man.
Uh,
What do I have to roll?
As long as you don't botch, same thing you've been rolling.
Oh no, but to like see if I notice her throwing it.
Perception, empathy, or wits
I
empathy.
can do that. I either of those same thing.
Is it
Damn.
harder? Is it harder?
Was that your manipulation computers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, I could. I don't know, but I mean, we'll see. I think
Yeah.
Where's my little reduced diff thing? I gotta check that if that applies. No, that would be if we're talking. Yeah, I don't notice. So let's see. Let's make sure I don't botch. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Cammy steps back after the first round, and it's just like she holds up both hands. She's just like, Jesus, you're really good at this.
just the best.
I have many skills, apparently.
Well, I know when I'm licked. Good job. And she'll slowly extend a hand.
Yeah, Amber will take it, and if she seems like uncomfortable, she won't like hold the grip for too long.
She's very cringy.
All right, and then it's just very, very quick and very soft.
Although Charles does take note of that, so that either way.
Maybe I can go over sometime and show you a few pointers. She says she's like playing at being cocky. She like knows that like she's like I don't know what I'm doing, but she's playing at being cocky.
Sure, I guess. If you don't mind it being really cold, the heat doesn't work at my place at all.
Oh, I can bring blankets. I don't mind bundling up. And I have this really nice warm hat, she says, gesturing to the fox hat.
That is small.
All right. We don't have our friend here to declare me queen of Mortal Kombat, and we don't have the old queen here to concede to me. So I guess I can't claim that title.
Well, I'm certain we'll find a way to make do. As such, the old queen has abdicated her place within our ranks. I guess at this point, by default, and pure true trial of combat, we have our new queen.
Excellent. As my first decree. Let's see. What do I want as my first decree?
She pulls out the list she's been making.
Yeah. She's like, I actually haven't thought this far ahead. I guess as my first degree, I'm buying you guys drinks, because that's just who I am, apparently.
When someone says that she is the new queen, by the way, Cammy is trying not to laugh or connect to herself.
Yes, Cammy, Queen Maker. That's her new deed name.
That's actually not why she's laughing. She is the new queen.
She is the new queen. She does know the way.
She does know the way.
Oh my gosh. I wish I were dead.
Right, as I was saying, as my first decree, I require a round of shots for everyone. She says, declaring this to whatever waiter is nearby.
Yeah.
Too ostentatiously.
Yep. The waiter kind of blinks for a moment, but he goes along with it. So he brings the shots.
Your middlest shelf vodka, please.
Nothing that will make us blind. Slightly
and
above
then shots
vodka.
of water for everyone.
And then glasses of water for everyone as well.
We must be professional.
Hey, Simon doing something illegal again, drinking.
Nothing like King's Brew broad vodka roll, but now
Roll mentality.
that delicious worm taste just all the way down. No.
If I wasn't so focused on buying up summer, I would be like, this is justification to buy up like computers or technology, but I've got to buy up summer first. As my second decree,
Is it more shots? Is it a beer chaser?
only if my subjects so require. I of course am a benevolent queen, and I'm kind to my subjects. I was going to take a vote as to if we wanted to play more games or if we wanted to head to Bowling Green, or if we were just giving up on that. I don't particularly care either way.
Obviously, this detour shows just how passionate we were about the what's it, scavenger hunt?
Well, seeing as most of us at least are transplants, why don't we just go to to the Statue of Liberty?
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
And as my third decree, then, we are getting on, we are finding one of those boats that's 3-tiered. So it's got like the dance floor and the bar on one floor, and then it's got like the upper floor where you can like see things, and then like the lower floor, of course, where you enter and where it's like, you know, a sitting area and quiet. We're getting one of those for all of us, and it will be our own private boat. And we'll go to the island.
We'll just take Charles's backroom yacht.
I have a yacht? My goodness, I learn new things about my place every day.
Yeah. It makes the back room super crowded, Charles. I was going to talk to you about that, but other things keep coming up.
Ah, yes. So many different things keep coming up.
To downtown!
Yes.
To downtown!
To Seaport! As my fourth decree, we should stop by a couple of bars on the way there.
Definitely.
Everyone's
Bar
gonna
hop
get
all the way
tipsy.
Anything for my queen, and he'll like play bow.
And she will give a curt bow in return.
queen. It comes to mind that a queen does need her nuts.
So who are knights?
I don't believe in the nobility.
Hammer's trying not to laugh. Probably failing.
Well, that would be up to the queen to decide who would be worthy of the knighthood.
I say, let's see.
Don't go with the obvious choice, she says as she puts her hand in front of Charles's face.
Oh, Charles as a knight? No, I couldn't see that.
Nobody can see that. He doesn't have that aura about him.
I declare that instead of knights, I will have royal courtesans, and you are all my royal courtesans.
Yes, of course, we are all ladies. It's hard not to be.
Yes, exactly.
Charles, you wordsmith, you.
And at that moment, suddenly there's a bzz, 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 bzz. And he pulls out his pager. I'm afraid one of our patients has a particular need of an emergency therapy session, so I'm going to have to go.
Are you sure that thing doesn't belong in a museum? We might want to take that to the Met while we're around here.
Much as I would love nothing more than to have it up for display for everyone to view how something so archaic can be functional in this day in society, I'm afraid, with your permission, my lady, that I must depart.
Well, we will certainly miss you. We will pour out a drink for you on our fantastic yacht that we're stealing of yours.
Of course. Feel free to joyride it. Just make sure the tank's full when you get back.
Of course, we'll just fill it up at the gas station that's in the Hudson River. No problem.
Maxine, I'll see you back at the apartment at some point, I'm sure. After all, our schedules don't always max well. Cammy?
She has a very sincere look on her face when she just says, go take care of your patient.
A pleasure to meet you. And Simon? What's goodbye in French?
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
I thought so. I didn't want to. My brain's out, so I knew it was au revoir. I just au revoir, and off he goes.
We'll just bar hop our way down Manhattan until we get to Seaport, and our last stop is Cowgirl Seahorse, and then we get on a boat.
On a boat. I don't know the rest of that song.
A boat.
Is there anything else that you guys want to do with this scene?
Yeah, we made friends.
Mm-hmm.
I beat everyone at Mortal Kombat. things are good.
So good.
Completely and totally legitimately as well.
Exactly. Out of my own skill.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you guys want to wrap it up then? Yes? No?
Yeah, sure. As they get back to the dock after, going to see Lady Liberty,
Mm-hmm.
Cammy steps off the boat and sort of falls in step with Simon, but she'll look back at Maxine and MJ, just offer a smile at them and a wave.
Nice to meet you again, Twinkies, and you.
MJ blows a kiss. And does the bisexual salute because that's what she does.
Maxine gives finger guns, but not right now.
Maxine, first, nice to meet you. And he also smiled at MJ, my queen.
Yes, my royal courtesan. Thank you for the lovely headwear. This will be my crown.
Hey MJ, have you ever seen Charles's
I'm
apartment?
proud that you wear this crown. I'll smile. And then, well, with Cammy, they're gonna go back to Central Park, I guess.
And Cammy's going back to Harlem.
Yeah, true. They each have their. Oh, we are both in Harlem. We both live in Harlem.
Maxine's gonna look at Amber. Ever see Charles' apartment?
No, he and I were engaged. I've seen his apartment so many times. Lead the way.
Excellent. And she will. Because the idea of two Puka in a G's apartment is funny to me. So, with that and potentially future shenanigans, thank you players for playing, thank you watchers for watching, and we'll see you next time.